Hello, Joseph. Hi, Sterling. How are you doing? Tired. Oh, not much sleep then? Not really. Anything keeping you up? Falcon wasn't snoring again, was he? No, just a lot of thoughts. Really? What kind of thoughts? Is something the matter, Joseph? Ah, it's about Buck, isn't it? Buck is fine, Joseph. The workers are doing their best, and he's getting better every day. Besides, we're already through 1 week. Just a few more, I imagine, and he'll be back. Well, the rest of us have been coping, taking care around track repairs and all that. Even I admit it can drag on a bit, but it needs to be done sooner or later. I hear that they may be considering having an engine be with the workers this year. Isn't that a bit of a waste? Why have an engine sit around? What's there for them to do? Well, moving trucks to where they are needed, of course. Otherwise, the workers would have to wait and hope that an engine is around to quickly assist. Well, anyway, here are my trucks for you to sort out. Better be off now. See you later, Joseph.
Oi, excuse me.
What is it?
Have you got a moment? We need our trucks pushed forward a little bit.
I suppose I could spare some time. This all right?
Maybe a little bit more forward. Actually, just a tiny bit more.
Well?
Yeah, that's super. Thank you, Sterling. You can be off now.
Where on earth were you, Sterling? Are you all right?
Yes, Falcon, I'm all right. Why?
Well, what took you so long?
Oh, well, the workers needed their trucks quickly pushed to where they needed them. Well, I say quickly. They did make it rather awkward, if I'm honest.
Well, that can't do at all, can it? The repairs themselves make things tedious enough. We can't be dragged from our duties like that.
I suppose they really will need an engine to help them. I just wonder who.
What about that quarry engine?
You mean me, right? What about me, anyway?
You have any experience with maintenance?
And if I did?
Well, I don't suppose you'd be interested in assisting in our line and its track repairs. We can have a word with our manager about it.
You two do know I'm the only engine at the quarry, right? If I'm not there, no engine's there, simple as that.
Huh! Well, you're a blunt one, aren't you?
Blunt, but correct.
Why is it so difficult for you two? Well, ask your shunter. He's small, he shunts stuff, he'd be perfect for it. So go ask him.
That's not actually a bad idea.
Perhaps. Thank you for the suggestion, Del.
Yeah, don't make a deal out of it.
Still, let's have a word with him first when we can. I think Joseph has some views about such a job. No,
No?
I'm not interested. Come now, Joseph, it's important work. It will only be temporary. If I have to stand still, I'd rather do it when alone, not surrounded by banging and clanging. Surely there's someone else.
There is nobody else. You're the only one fit for such a role.
Yeah, and let's just ignore my main job here.
We can cope with the shunting ourselves. We've done it before.
I know it sounds boring, but it would be a big favour to the workers and Mr. Thompson. It will still take time, and I'm not saying we should rush these things, but anything to make the operation a bit more easy would be appreciated. Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt. But it's just what? Nothing. Fine, I'll do it. Oh, thank you, Joseph. I'll inform Mr. Thompson tomorrow, then. How bloody exhilarating.
Hello, Joseph.
Right, a good day's work, I'd say. Well done, everyone. Huh? Who are they? Oh, that's the night crew. The night crew? Yeah, they'll be carrying on where we left off. So what does that mean for me? What do you mean? Well, can I go home as well? Well, no. You're needed here throughout the night, as you were during the day. You're kidding, right? Well, what did you expect? Anyway, it's usually better at night. There's hardly any trains about. I'll just let them know where we've gotten up to. Well, not like I can get sleep. Excuse me. Oi. Oi. You in there, mate? Yeah, sorry. What is it? We're all done on this section. We can bring everything into the station now. Hopefully we can get through just before morning. Alright.
Oh, morning, Joseph. You didn't come back last night. Were you out here the whole time? Goodness. Well, that explains your current state. You seem to have done a good job so far. The track by the signal box is wonderfully smooth.
Look, I'm sorry, but I've lost way too much sleep, alright? I'd like to make up for it as much as possible, if you don't mind.
Of course. My apologies. I just wanted to compliment you.
Yeah, thanks. Alright, what is it? Something you want to ask me?
Well, there is something actually. It's about Buck. Are you still upset with me for what I did?
Upset is one way to put it. And why shouldn't I be?
No reason. I was just wondering.
Look, you seem a bit better. I'll acknowledge that. But I'm still holding my breath. Still upset? What kind of question is that? Afternoon, Falcon.
Hello, Sterling.
Something the matter?
Yes, it feels like a single day can't go by without something negative surrounding us.
Is that so? Well, what might that something be today?
Joseph.
Ah,
It would appear he hasn't quite gotten over what has happened.
does that surprise you?
Well, I suppose it shouldn't. I guess I just assumed he might have moved on.
A bit unrealistic, if you ask me. It wasn't exactly that long ago.
True, but it's not like Buck's gone forever.
These things take time, Falcon. I didn't get over my accident with the passenger train in a day, you know.
You're right. He can hold his resentment for as long as he needs to. I just hope this doesn't drag out. I'm sure it's far from healthy.
Maybe you're right. Ah, hello, Joseph. What are you up to? Just resting. Workmen are on break. Won't be starting up again for another few hours. Makes sense. How are you finding it? Bloody boring and noisy. Oh, I know it's important, it has to be done, but bloody hell. I usually don't mind sitting around, but not when I'm surrounded like this. Well, you have all done wonderful progress the last few days. I imagine at your speed, you will be approaching Spectreham by the end of the week. By the way, Falcon has told me about you. He apparently expected you to have recovered by now. Did you tell him he was an idiot? Well, I didn't quite word it like that. Oh, shame. Joseph, I know I asked you this before, but I was hoping if you could try to be a bit more honest with me. I really want to mean well, and see that you're alright. Is something the matter regarding you and Buck? I just miss him, is all. I'm just waiting until he comes back, and it will be alright. I'll be alright. That's not it, is it? What do you mean that's not it? What would you know about us? Well, of course you miss him, but what I mean is, that's not the only thing on your mind. There's more to it than that. Well, maybe I could ask you something, if you don't mind. Of course. I'm sorry to bring it up, but when you had that crash with that passenger train, despite it being an accident, did you still feel responsible for it? Well, in the moment, absolutely. As the engine of that train, it was natural to feel it was my fault. Even now, that thought occasionally crosses my mind. Why do you ask? Oh, I think I understand. You feel responsible? Well, I didn't really help things. Could have been a bit calmer to Falcon, I guess. I just feel like I could have done something. Joseph, there was nothing you could do. It was basically impossible to get through to him in that moment. But I still could have... No, I should have done something. I don't know what, but I should have tried harder. Just anything to help him. But all I did was let him down. But why is that? Why so guilty? He's my friend. He's my friend, Sterling. One of the best mates anyone could ask for. And I never told him that. When I was really down, he would be there for me. I should have let him know that I would do the same. He may not understand, but him being around, it's done a lot for me. I owe him so much. I just hope I can have another chance when he comes back. I don't know how to properly say it, but I want him to know all of that. What are you smiling about? Oh, I just didn't realise you had such a soft side, Joseph. Well, don't expect a lot of it. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. You value your relationship. I see how special Buck is to you, and that bond you have with him. You want to hold on to it. I'm happy to see you have that. And I know Buck will want to hold on to it too. You think so? I know so. Whatever it is you two don't share with us, I see now. You can find solace in each other. As for Falcon, I don't expect you two to get along with him much after this. But I hope you can at least move on. Yeah, I'll try. Take care, Joseph. Ah, Buck. Welcome back.
Good evening, Sterling. And thank you. Oh, and hello, Falcon.
Evening, Buck. It's good to see you under your own power again.
He's on the main line, working on track repairs.
Oh, is he doing well with it?
It seems he's making a great effort to not be overly bored, but he's done a fine job.
Oh, well, that's good. When will he be back?
Oh, he's actually been sleeping with the works train. He hasn't rested here for a while now.
Oh,
I did last see them at Spirits Hill, so they're pretty much halfway there.
so not long till he's finished then.
I imagine so.
So, how has he been this whole time?
Well, are we allowed to be honest, Sterling?
Honest? What do you mean?
What Falcon means, in his dramatic tone, is that Joseph has been fine. It's just, he's been different throughout your stay at the works.
Has he? In what way?
Well, he's still upset with me for starters.
And he felt he was somewhat to blame for your breakdown.
What? Are you sure?
Absolutely.
He doesn't still think that, does he?
I've tried to assure him as best as I could, and he's certainly gotten better. But ultimately, more than anything, I think there's a lot he needs to be open about with you.
Like what?
Well, I'd rather have him speak for himself.
You said he's at Spirit's Hill, right?
My last sighting of him, yes.
Alright. If he needs to see me, I'll go to him now.
What? At this time? Why not wait until morning?
No, I can't wait. And he can't wait. If what you two are saying is true, we need to sort it out now.
Well, alright. But please travel safely. No need to rush this time.
I will. Thanks.
Very strange engines, those two.
Strange?
Not in a bad way, of course, but they just seem to keep to themselves all the time. Their own little group, you might say. Hard to understand them.
Suppose I can't disagree. Perhaps we don't need to. Perhaps it's more important for them to just understand each other. If they'll be happy for it, who are we to judge?
Maybe you're right, Sterling. So, you think they'll be alright?
Buck?
Joseph.
You alright?
Yes, I'm much better now. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that.
How are you doing out here? I heard you were on maintenance duty.
I am, and... does it test you?
Really? Why's that?
Well, moving the trucks in the right place for one thing. You have to move them an inch, then another inch, then maybe an inch back, then an inch forward again. Bloody painful, I tell you. And if not that, sitting on your arse for hours on end, with nothing but bloody noise all around you.
Well, it's a cruel world, isn't it?
You don't say. So what are you doing out here?
I wanted to see you. I wanted to see if you were okay.
Well, sort of, but... not really. Feeling a bit rough. to be honest.
Yeah, I heard you weren't feeling well lately. Is it true? Is it true you felt responsible for my breakdown?
Huh? Well...
Why? Why feel that way? You didn't do anything.
Well, that's the point. I didn't do anything. Look, I get it. You don't blame me, and Sterling doesn't either. But it's not easy, you know?
Joseph, what's going on? I can see something's bothering you, and I want to know. As your closest friend, I want to help you. You need to be open about something. I'm here. Please?
Buck, remember a while back in summer? I was going on a bit about the heat, and you mentioned the forest near Specterham.
Yeah?
Could we go there? Please?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
I really needed this.
Do you like forests?
I guess so. You know, back at my old quarry, I sometimes took trains to this junction for other engines to pick up. The line I took went through a small forest, so it always felt a bit weird, you know, going from rocky hills to then be surrounded by so much nature. I was always on the move though, so never got to experience it properly. Although, there was one time I stopped in the middle of the forest, trying to remember the reason. Oh yeah, I think one of the wagon brakes came on and, well, you can imagine the horrible bloody noise it made. So the guard went to sort it out and, well, I just stood there. That was when I really took it all in. Ever since, I've really come to love those sounds, when it's all you can hear. And it's just nice and quiet. It really clears your mind, and it helps you think. Listen, Buck, I've felt a lot of things for years now, and a lot of it I've kept to myself, from you and everyone else. It's not that I don't trust you or you wouldn't get it. I just don't know how to say it. Maybe I'm just embarrassed to admit that I feel a certain way, or I guess I worry if you'll think of me differently. But there is one thing I know I can say. Something that you really need to know. I know I don't always look like it, but I'm happy to have met you, Buck. I'm happy that I have someone like you I can talk to. Someone that I can be around. And I'm happy to have you as a friend. I know it sounds a bit weird. There's probably a better way to put it, and I know it's not everything, but More than anything, I needed to say that. I'm sorry I didn't say it sooner.
Oh no, it's alright. It's alright, Joseph. I understand. I understand now. And honestly, I feel the same.
You do?
Yeah, of course. To tell you the truth, there's still a lot I haven't said to you. A lot of things I still struggle to think about. And they are things I'm still working on recovering from. And I now understand it's the same for you.
Still, I had thought I could get past that point. It's a bloody pain to figure this stuff out.
That's one way to put it. But I'll feel better knowing I'm not alone.
Yeah, you're right. Doesn't feel too bad when you're not the only one. Thank you, Buck.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, Joseph.